Health is wealth is a philosophy that we each should live by. But our friends Brad and Crystal decided to build a business around that concept. Join with me as we learn more about their business and the mission that they are on to promote wellness and help individuals lead healthy lifestyles.
We're not going to get lost.
Kayla's to find the way she's a finder.
She's a finder. She is, isn't she?
I wanted to create something that I knew would be beneficial to people because I've developed a passion for it. We started in our home in 2019, so we was just working out of our kitchen. And when COVID hit, that's when it exploded. People were trying to be more health conscious.
I had a very specific, very detailed dream. And I remember waking up and telling him about this dream. And I said, let's do it. I didn't think about all the work that was going into it and all of that. I just thought, okay, this is something that's gonna be good for people. We said we wanted to do something for people. Let's give it a shot.
First they was hitting me up for the sea moss, and then they was like, let's try your juices. And from there, it just kept growing and growing. And somehow the vision just turned to opening up a location.
I can finally see that finish line, keep up with my pace. Feeling like this world is mine, dreams I gotta chase. Trying to seize a day, not a second I'ma waste. When I make it to the top, looking at this life I made. Can't wait to say I'm proud of you, proud of me. I'm proud of us, good news and great things. It's looking up, proud of you, proud of me. I'm proud of us, I'm proud of us. Yeah, I'm a leader, this is my arena. This for all the dreamers, all the believers. Get out your seat, let's raise a meter. This for all the dreamers. Yeah, this is my time right now. It's my time right now. Yeah, this is my time right now. I'm in the spotlight, look at me now. Yeah, this is my time right now. It's my time right now. Yeah, this is my time right now. I'm in the spotlight, look at me now. Yeah, my time right now.
She introduced me to cold press juicing because there was a bar down the street from where she worked at the time. And I wasn't a big vegetable eater, fruit eater like that. So I was like, oh, this is a great way to get it. And I saw the benefits of how my body felt, responded to it. When she was pregnant with our third child, I started playing around with different fruits and vegetables, with blending them together. And when she would go to the doctor, her results would be good, her numbers would be good. And the doctor was saying, well, whatever it is you're doing, just keep doing it. What I was doing was seeing what paired well together. And it just hit one day. I was sitting, and one day I was like, what about juicing? I like to do it. I like the benefits of it. I kind of have a good idea. So I really started brainstorming myself before I even presented it to her. So when I presented it to her, I was like, I thought of an idea. Would you be interested in starting a juice business?
My initial thoughts were, okay, we can try it. and let's see what happens.
Say, we'll pray about it.
Yeah, and that's where I was gonna go. And then I said, well, let me pray about it, and then I'll get back with you.
Yeah.
And I did. I prayed about it, and honestly, God confirmed it to me in a dream. And I had a very specific, very detailed dream. And I remember waking up and telling him about this dream. And I said, let's do it. I said, let's do it and see what happens.
We started sitting down and just kind of brainstorming, and then I came up with juice and she came up with remedy. It was like remedy juice, and I'm like juice remedy, and it just had a ring to it. So I was like, we're providing juices for people, and it's a remedy. Like I want it to be a remedy for people because, like I said, it goes back to I really want it to be beneficial for people.
When we first started in our kitchen, we were just kind of day by day, kind of trying to figure it out as we went along. Because we started with mason jars. We started just bottling, making the juice. We bought a little $20 juicer. Actually, we started with one, and then we went and got 4 more.
Yeah, I caught a deal.
Yeah, we did. We caught a deal of these juice. So we bought all these little juicers, had them set up in our kitchen, had all this produce, but going along, just kind of starting making the juice. And then we would have a friend come along and say, okay, I think you now need a website. Let me help you with your website. I had another friend that was like, let me make your logo. You need a logo. I'll design your logo. But yeah, starting off in mason jars where we had just regular labels that I was writing the names on them. And then we had people come along and say, let me help you because this is a great thing that you're doing and I can help you take this to the next level.
That's kind of how, I guess, Juice Remedy was born.
What I love about Brad and Crystal is that they are on a mission to empower individuals to break the habit of outsourcing their health. The truth of the matter is we only get one place to live. So we got to take care of our temples. And what I love about their story is how it was birthed out of the pandemic, right? Of course, COVID-19 impacted each and every single one of us in a variety of different ways. And there's an old saying that says you can either find the difficulty in the opportunity or you can find the opportunity in the difficulty. And that's what I see Brad and Crystal have done. They literally saw a need, right? They saw individuals really directing their focus towards health and wellness and looking to discover ways that they can improve the quality of their health. And they saw how juice, right? Natural remedies, so to speak, can benefit individuals on that journey. So I went to their location to learn more about their story.
How we feeling?
Good.
Awesome.
All right,
man. Like I said, every time I see you, man, like you pumping that iron.
He does a little bit. Yeah.
So this is where everything takes place. Juice Remedy.
This is, as they say, this is where the magic happens. In here, making that good juice for people.
The healing magic.
The healing magic.
Where you're
That's
helping
right.
individuals take control of their health, wellness, live their best life.
Yes.
So explain to me. I mean, I've heard a little bit about your story. Initially started out online.
Yeah.
Explain that process to me.
So after presenting her with the idea of let's diving into this and really doing this, and so we had someone that a friend of ours that helped create our website. And so we had a list of all our products, the ingredients, what the benefits of each juice, and where people can then order online. We get notifications of the orders and fulfill the orders. Yes.
So this really was derived out of your own personal journey of looking to find outlets and resources to optimize your health. Then you personally found the benefits in all of these juices that you're creating, the concoctions that you're kind of putting together, and then you wanted to share this with others.
That's exactly right.
So you just started out online, and then how did you get the word out?
It started off really word of mouth.
Word of mouth,
Yeah, it was word of mouth, and then we created a social media page, and we was pushing it through there.
And just sharing it.
And just sharing
on
it.
our social media. Our friends would share it, they would post.
Like, at what point did you recognize and realize, like, we got something going on here?
I think the response that we was getting from a lot of people, especially our friends and family, they was really like, man, y'all got something good going on. This is stick with this. So just giving that I guess say extra confidence.
Yeah, and encouragement and really supporting us. And then they kept ordering. So when we would make juice, they would say, hey, they would call us or text us and say, hey, can we get some more of that juice? Like, let me go ahead and just place an order for you guys. So we're like, oh yeah, this is our business. This is it. Yeah.
And being in this type of business, it's extremely critical that you develop what they call like a fan base or loyal customers that continue to return and purchase your products and support your business as a whole. What are you guys doing to kind of create that culture?
I think one thing is being consistent with our service, being consistent with our product. I think is what keeps those people returning and being our loyal customers, and them really believing in the product. Us first believing in the product, and then them seeing the benefit of it and believing in it and knowing that it's helping them is also what keeps them returning.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that if you don't believe in the value that you possess, you can't expect others to believe in the value that you're aiming to offer, right?
Yeah.
So at what point did you realize or establish the idea that you were ready for a brick and mortar? Did you guys set like some financial objectives or benchmarks? Like, explain that process to me.
We did. The first thing I would say is the response that we got from people when we would be out vendoring at different events. They would always say, where are you located? Where are you located? This product looks like it's in a store. It looks like it's, where's your location? We'd love to come support you. And so after hearing that for over a year, we thought like, maybe it's time to, kind of work on finding a place that can house Juice Remedy. And so then we talked about goals, and we had numbers in mind and kind of knew like what we needed to accomplish and what we kind of needed to, I guess, not maybe save, but just what we needed to aim towards, what goals, financial goals we needed to aim towards. And so we did that, and it literally it really fell into place. It's been like a year and a half when we first found the place. We were just driving out one day, and he was like, I got to show you something. And we pulled up, and I said, oh, this is it. So that year and a half was a process of permits and all those things, and us just kind of brainstorming and getting all of our ducks in a row, I guess you could say. And so then we opened November of 2022. So we've been in here almost 7 months.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Just like I said, when we were out driving, and we just were casually driving, looking, and says something catches our eye to catch our eye, and he actually saw this place before I did. That's why he's like, I have one more spot to show you. And so when we pulled up here, I said, oh, I just felt it. I felt it in my stomach. I said, oh, this is it. This is it. Let's figure out how to make this happen.
They say women have intuition, but we brothers got some intuition.
When we found this building, I used to get my hair done across the street. I never saw this place in my life. And people would say all the time, oh yeah, I know exactly where that's at. And I'm like, how come everyone knows what this building is and I've never been here? Well, I know because I wasn't supposed to see it until we were supposed to find it, and it was supposed to become Juice Remedy, our juice and wellness bar.
Not only did we get a chance to learn about their day-to-day operation and more details on their story, but I also had the opportunity to make my own juice.
What are we gonna make now?
So we're gonna make one of our delicious hydrate. We call it the hydrate remedy, which is cucumber, mint, key lime, and of course watermelon.
First and foremost, I need to put my gloves on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gloves on
Okay.
as well. Knife is pretty
It's a little intimidating. I see that
The
sharp
knife
knife.
is, it is. That one is super sharp. Yeah.
So what next steps do we take?
So then, you take the cucumber,
Okay.
slice it in half,
Slice it in the middle right here.
in the middle.
That's sharp.
And, then you can take that in and slice that in half.
Okay.
Yeah. Slice it in half. You put it in the.
This one as well.
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Just put those two pieces in there.
Okay.
You take the mint, put the mint in there,
Okay.
and then you take key lime and slice the key lime in half.
Okay.
And you only go use a half of that.
Just a half of this.
Yeah. Just
Now-
so it won't overpower
Yeah.
the hydrate.
Adds a little balance to the juice.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now, as far as your ingredients that you're using, what are some things that you're keeping in mind when you're looking at suppliers?
Mainly to make sure they got good quality produce.
Uh-huh.
That's most important. Organic is a big deal too. And then, like I said, the watermelon's only seeded, only look for seeded.
Only seeded. What's the difference between? I mean, why select only
Well,
seeded
because
watermelon?
the seeded ones have all the minerals. The seedless ones are mineral deficient.
I did
They
not know
just tend
that.
to be sweeter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you always want to go seeded watermelons. Yeah, those are really the natural organic watermelons. Those are the ones with the seeds.
Just because it's sweet don't mean it's good for you.
Nah, bro.
So, but you get all of your produce from locally owned farms here in
locally owned
Indiana, right?
farms, yeah, distribution.
Excellent, excellent. So what's the next step?
So then we take that over here.
And we
Okay.
head to the juicer.
We head
We
over
head
to
to
the
the
juicer.
juicer.
Yep.
Now, before we do that, next question that I do have is, I see all the equipment here.
Yeah.
What were some of the initial investments that you made to launch the business in order to run and operate your day-to-day business?
Well, prep table. We had to get the commercial kitchen, commercial refrigerator, and we had to get a commercial refrigerator. It couldn't just be any old refrigerator, so it had to be health code, pass all that. And, pretty much.
That's pretty much because of the Board of Health, their
Yeah.
permitting
Yeah.
and everything.
Oh, and the sink too. So we got
Oh
the
yeah,
two
we got the
sinks.
two
so
sinks, the
yeah.
hand washing sink, and then the 3-bay sink.
So we actually scouted kitchens around
did.
different
Really?
restaurants,
Yeah.
juice bars.
Juice bars.
We did that for a while. We'd go to different. Every time we went somewhere, we're like peeking in their kitchen, like, okay, how's our setup? What's it
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like? And
yeah.
that's how we were able to kind of design our kitchen space and knew exactly what we needed in here to function.
To get.
There's an old saying that says success leaves clues, right? Like you can
Yeah.
kind of cut the learning curve in half by just studying and observing other people that are doing the very thing that you're aiming to do.
That's
So,
exactly what
I
we've
love that.
done. Even going out to dinner on date nights, we'd be eyeing everything, the servers, how they're operating. Yeah, just so we could take notes and know how to operate here.
So if I'm looking to start my own juicing company and business, all I need is a table, sinks, a certified fridge, and of course I got to create relationships with suppliers to get produce coming in.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
do.
Yeah.
And then take the proper certifications as well as like the safe served, so you can learn proper sanitation
Okay.
methods and things like that to run. And then, of course, go through your local health inspection, that process as well.
Okay.
So it really was us just figuring it out as we went along and just having people come alongside us with suggestions or saying, I can help you do this. Or we would just be sitting and talking and looking at, other brands and thinking, okay, what do we want to do? How did they get here? Let's just figure this out. Let's do this or let's do that. And so it really was us just at home in our kitchen, and it took over our whole kitchen.
Yeah, it did.
But us just kind of figuring it out as we went along.
So after I bring everything up here, start the juicer, and then I take the cucumber, the mint, and lime.
This is the
push it
juicer
on
here?
in. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the juicer. Yeah,
Is there anything specific or that stands out about this juicer that makes it different than any other?
Yeah, it's when I was researching juicers, I wanted to make sure I got a commercial juicer.
Okay.
And this was one of the better ones because you want something that can handle a lot of volume.
Yeah.
As being a juice bar, we do a lot of volume. So
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
a juicer that can handle that.
Gotcha. Okay. So next steps, we cut this on.
Yeah, you hit
Okay.
that start button right there. All right, then you take this piece out.
Take this piece out.
Yeah. Then you take the cucumber and the mint, put it right in there in that
Both in
hole.
there.
Yeah. Then push it down. It's split up, so you gotta.
Yep, there you go.
There you go. Just push them out. Push it all the way down. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Then you see the juice coming
right
right
there on the
there.
other side.
Yep. Then take the mint and that last cucumber, put it right on in there.
Same thing.
Like that. Yep. Move this. Slide this over.
Okay.
Now the watermelon. Put
Careful,
those.
some of the seeds might fly
Yeah,
out.
some of the seeds kind of fly out. Yep. Yeah. See how it goes? Just smooth.
I'm a natural at this.
You are, yeah.
You better ask somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many of these watermelons do you put in?
You can do one more piece.
One more piece?
Yeah, one more piece.
Yep.
One full piece.
Yeah. That's good. That's it. That fills up a full cup.
Okay.
And we'll make sure it all comes out. Right there, yep.
It smells fresh.
Yeah.
What's the inspiration behind many of the juice recipes that you've created? Is this kind of like trial and error?
Yeah, it was a little bit of trial and error, and plus, like I said, I wanted the juices to be designed specifically for the body. So I wanted to make sure you get a lot of minerals, a lot of nutrients, because that's what our bodies thrive on. So that's why I wanted each juice specifically made for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we knew what paired well
Yeah.
together,
Yeah,
and what tasted well together, what complemented each produce, what was a good balance. So say, for example, the hydrate's hydrating, watermelon's hydrating. We know cucumbers are hydrating. We know mint's gonna give it a freshness. It's gonna highlight the cucumber and the watermelon. So pairing those things together works well together.
Yeah. Speaking of working well together, one question I do have is the two of you are married.
Yes.
You also have a young family that you're raising, and you had this crazy idea
Yeah.
to start a business. How do you, I guess they call it work-life balance, but in many ways it's not balance. I see it as harmony. Like, how are you guys able to
I like the
create
word
that type
harmony.
of harmony between work life and life at home?
I think every day we work on it every single day.
Yeah.
And some days we don't get it right. Some days it's like, we didn't harmonize
Right.
that well today. But we
Yeah.
it's been challenging.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I enjoy it more so than she does. I think we work well together.
We do.
'Cause I'm a big team player. Like, that's one of my strengths. Like, I'm big on teamwork, make the dream work. That's one of my slogans, you know. So for us, I think we work really well as a team. But I think I enjoy it more so working with her than she does working with me, because I know
enjoy working
I could
with
be
you.
a lot, you know.
Yeah.
What makes it work for me, especially having my wife as my partner, is that I have to allow my ego not to be in the way. Because as a man, your job is to take care of, you know, your spouse, and, you know, also she's to follow like the instructions or whatever, or your instructions. So I have to sometimes, she has to be my boss at times, like, and vice versa. So it's not me always telling her what to do or what we should do, and she just following my lead per se. It's more so we're in this together and we follow each other's lead. And even though some things we may bump heads on, which is understandable, it comes along with being business partners, but with me, not allow my ego to be in the way, and I can actually take like whether it's constructive criticism or just her taking the lead on certain stuff and be like, no, I think we should do this, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, we do it. And I think that's what really that's what make it work.
Make sure this forces us to really communicate really well. And sometimes, you know, when we have things going on, we have to bring our kids along. But I enjoy that at times, because I want to share that with them, because this is theirs too. It's just not he and I doing this. This is our whole family. So I do like to share that with them and see them learn and see us do things, so they can pick up skills and they can see what their parents are doing. We really work at that every day, just talking a lot, even if it's just at the end of the night. And we try to cut it off. There's moments where we try to cut off not talking about work, but it's our life, so we can't help but to talk about it. Even if it's just like, hey, what we got going on tomorrow, let's run through real quick before we, you know, close our eyes for the night, what we got going on, so we'll know. And but just really communicating and just making it a whole family affair with our kids.
I love that, how it started as an idea in your mind, Brad, and then you share this with your spouse. She comes on board. You guys now are no longer just significant others, but partners on this mission that you're working towards to help individuals live healthy lives. And on top of that, right, you're now educating and inspiring your children, because they're seeing you guys build something from the ground up. What is that feeling like, right, to have an idea that you initially created and you acted on your instinct, right? I'm quite sure there were a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. You guys talked about like getting the permits, dealing with contractors to get this building where it needed to be. How does that feel now that you're at where you're at in this stage of your business?
It's kind of surreal at times. Sometimes I sit back like, I can't believe we had it. Just like, look where to start in our kitchen, and then now see what it's grown to, and we have customers, and, you know, and it's the customer base is continuing to grow. So it's just, I don't know, I just sit back and just in amazement sometimes, like, wow, look how far we've come. You know, we're still growing, we're still working.
Still learning.
Still learning, you know.
Every day.
Every day. And it's been, even with the challenges, I still enjoy the journey. Look what we did. Like, we did this, you know, starting from our kitchen, you know, with this product and this brand. And it just it's like having a garden, and you just watering it, and then you seeing your crops just grow, and everything that you're growing, it's like, oh, this is beautiful.
It's been incredible.
Yeah,
It's really,
been
it feels like when you asked how it felt, the first thing I felt inside and what I heard in my mind is, this feels incredible. It really does. Like you said, it's surreal for us to start with just an idea off of something that we knew we liked, and to see it blossom and grow. It's literally like birthing a baby. You know, you're excited. You're like, oh my gosh, we have this. We're expecting a baby, and then you have to go through the labor pains of birthing the baby, and then now the baby is here, and so now we're nurturing this baby. And getting the baby on its feet. And, even though we've been in business since 2019, it's been 4 years, it's still, now that we have this location, it's a whole new phase. It's kind of, we felt like we were starting over in a sense, because it's like, now this is a public thing for real. And, we have a brick and mortar, and it's like getting the people in here and getting everybody to know who we are, not just, I won't say a small customer base, but, just people that kind of knew us and word of mouth. Now we're really trying to take this thing as far as it can go. And that's one thing I asked him when he brought the idea to me, like, okay, well, how far you want to go with this? What are you trying to do? Because let's take it all the way if we're going to do it.
Brad and Crystal talked about how they're looking to take Juice Remedy as far as it can really go. Now, one thing that's going to help them do that is ultimately getting more people into their space, purchasing more juices and products. We talked about areas that they can improve in their business. And one focus that they had is on enhancing the customer experience. So what I did is I invited my friend Shamika Anderson from Yes Consulting. And she focuses in on helping businesses and organizations connect with their customers in an authentic and genuine way. And we sat down and had a conversation on how Brad and Crystal can implement just a few simple strategies that will help them enhance their overall customer experience.
One of the things I want to ask you all is, what is your intended audience of who you're serving with your products?
I would say people who are wanting to take their health to another level, people who are wanting to improve their health, people who may have health issues or ailments or things that they're dealing with, and they want to resolve those issues in a holistic approach. And they may be on medication, things like that, and they're wanting to get off of that. We have people approach us all the time saying that they want to come off of these things. And so what can they do? So that's what I would say would be our intended audience.
Absolutely. So that's a great starting point. So when I hear you say that, I think of everybody. I'm not a gym expert by any means, but I want to do things that I am able to do outside of taking my children back and forth to school, me going back and forth to work. How can I simplify my life and adding value to it by ingesting those items? So I think I know what we have to do is say, this is our target audience. It's everybody.
It is.
And how do we attract our product to these individuals? And also scaling the business to make sure that everybody can afford the product, so that they know, I can't do this because I can't afford to, but I can't not afford to do it because I need it for my health.
Exactly. It's an investment.
Absolutely. I would also say that we need to have the testimonials from the customers, and also ingrain into what the ingredients are and how they're beneficial to everybody's health. Each ingredient has something different in it, and how do people get more knowledge and understanding about what those benefits do to your body to prolong your life and the quality of your life.
And that's something you guys are very big on, right? Like what ways are you guys currently implementing, like promoting the benefits of the ingredients that are in your juices?
I mean, I would say,
And it's okay, right? It's we're in the stage where we're developing awareness around that, right? Where now you see a way that you can begin to enhance your brand, where you become trusted advisors in the health and wellness space, right? Not only are you providing this product, but you're also providing customers insight, right? And knowledge on how they personally can tackle their health and wellness journey and effectively, live the life that they're aiming to experience, right? Like you could begin to incorporate that in your social media marketing, whether it be the content that you begin to develop and create, or you're educating, you're following on the benefits of turmeric and ginger and all the other superfoods that you're putting into a lot of your juices. Like it's not you just providing juice. It's more so you're providing a certain type of lifestyle,
That is
right?
true.
The ingredients
Yeah.
that these individuals are consuming in your juices is going to enhance their immune system, their mental health, right?
Yes,
The
those
way
are
that
important.
their body's working biologically. You want to
Yes.
begin to incorporate that into everything that you're creating. Do you have any insights, Shamiko, as far as like creating that customer experience where you're establishing that type of culture, and how can they benefit from some of those strategies?
Absolutely. One of the things I will say, it's many of us talk about the golden rule. We need to take it a step forward and do the platinum rule. And that is when every customer comes in here, I don't care if they come in here 4 times a day or this is their first time, that customer experience has to be stellar. It's okay to have a bad day, but they don't need to know about it.
Right.
And we want every customer to come in here because we are instilling in them wholeness and wellness, and we want their lives to be improved by the experience. So when they come in here, we don't just want them to get the juice. We want them to stay, have a meeting, enjoy the surroundings, and that takes professional development and lots of work ethic. And I know Juice Remedy has the ability to continue to do that and push the brand forward so that we have those repetitive customers all the time.
Yeah, as you were speaking, I'm reminded of a quote from Maya Angelou where she once said, they may not remember what you said or how you said it, but they'll always remember and never forget how you made them feel, right? And I believe that is the essence of a brand, right? It's more than just your logo or your copywriting or your advertisement. It's about the culture that you have established and how people feel when they see your brand or they have the experience of stepping into your business. And I think when business owners really place a strong emphasis on the overall experience, that's what allows you to stand apart from the competition, right? Creating that competitive advantage, so to speak. And people will travel across miles, right? Passing other juice bars, passing, other retailers, passing other individuals that may be in your particular space just to get the experience that you create. So I'm right there with you, Shamika, really investing time and energy in developing different things that you can do to enhance the overall customer experience. Are there some things that you guys can like reflect on, like what you're doing right now that you can kind of double down on to actually enhance that experience?
Yes. So that is something that we do talk about, and that's very, very important to us, is that customer experience, because I always say I want people to leave better when they leave out of here than when they came, because sometimes they don't feel well, sometimes they're in a bad mood, and I just always want to prick their heart in a way and prick their soul, and their body with our juice, but not only just our juice, but with us and what we have to offer, what I can say to them, if I can smile at them or talk to them or anything to brighten their day. One thing that I do pride ourselves on is I try to remember every person's name. I try to remember something about them, what they ordered. So when they come back, I'll say, oh, I know what you're getting. You're getting the remedy, or you're getting the root, and your name's Michelle, and I remember you had on that beautiful green scarf when you came in here, or your child plays baseball over. Like I really am very intentional about talking to our customers and getting to know who they are, because they're the ones that keep us going. So I really want to pour into them just like they're pouring into us when they come in and patronize our business.
I agree. I mean, it's like small things can make a massive and big difference, right? I love the saying where it says small hinges open up big doors. Like you look at this big, massive door right here. It's the small hinges that's opening that up. So really looking at the small things that you can begin to tweak. Like you said, the small things just as I'm remembering this customer's name. What's more important to a person than their actual name, right? And when they realize that you dedicated time just to remember who they are, right? That's how you develop loyal customers, a loyal fan base. And that's how you create a sustainable business, people that continue to come back.
Yeah, those details are very important to us, and I want to keep that going. And as we continue to grow, I want to put that into our staff and our team, that those are important. We got to keep those values and those details for our customers so they continue to have those experiences.
From my perspective, I've been to various restaurants, whether they were smaller establishments or your big box chain stores. And one thing I will say in particular about a fast food restaurant is every time I go in there, I'm getting the same experience. Whether the uniforms are the same, the food is the same, they greet me the same way. Those are experiences that customers will pay for repeatedly. And how do you, as a small business, replicate that process and that idea to what you have? So you may say, it's only just me as the owner of this company. I don't have time to train and or hire people. It is very important that when you get a customer that comes into your establishment or pays for your service, that you are giving them the white glove treatment. White glove means you're treating them very delicately, almost like a piece of glass. You don't want it to break. You're taking very good care of it. And you want to ensure that when they leave from your store or your service center, that they will go and tell 15 to 20 people about the service quality that they received. That speaks volumes, and that is something that you cannot pay for. And when I go into certain establishments, I'm a repeat customer because of how they treat me.
After spending time with Brad and Crystal, it's evident that they are literally on a mission, right? They're on a mission to help individuals break the habit of outsourcing their health. They're providing individuals with the resources that will help them improve the quality of their life. And as they continue to do this day in and day out, I don't just see this being a business, I see this being a movement, right? A movement that is empowering our community, that's improving individuals' overall health, right? Helping them overcome many diseases and chronic illnesses that many of us face on a day-to-day basis. And it starts with what we're putting into our temple. So again, it's evident that they are taking on this mission, and I'm looking forward to the impact that they can continue to make in our community.
Our mission is to be impactful to people, to make a difference in their life. This was the very first business that we've done that I felt confident, and I really didn't have any doubts about it at all, because it was ours. Because we came up with all the other business ventures that we've done, it's because someone else has brought them to us. Oh, you should try this. You should get into this. Or there have been like network marketing or things like that. And this was the very first thing that was birthed directly from us, like one of our children, that literally was downloaded into our spirit to do. That's why I think it felt right.
Felt so right. And holding on to that is what always keeps us going. And know that, you know, when you do, because you get discouraged at times. You know, you do. It can be very discouraging, and then you can get in your own head. So then that's the reflection I would have, is like, no, this was right. It's always felt right. So holding on to that, that's what really keeps us going. Customers say to us like, oh no, you guys are needed. Like, you know, so that drives me. Like, I love to hear that. Anybody who I can assist on their wellness journey and improve it, even if it's just a little bit, one person at a time.
One juice at a time.
One juice at a time.
But just being impactful for sure. Making a difference, because people do. Our customers, I don't even know if they realize when they come in here and they say that, how it makes them feel, how we've had people say, I can't live without it, I need it. When they say they need it, that lets us know, okay, we are needed. What we're doing is the right thing.
Our tax preparer had called us, and so we both saw what we were getting for our tax return. And so he said, what are you going to do with your money? And I said, well, I'm going to start a business. He was like, yeah, right.